This video is only for people between the ages of 16 and 30 and who want to make the most out of their life like myself. This video will be about a topic that I like to describe as man's best friend. You could pick 10 successful people who are at the top of their businesses, who are at the top of their careers, and they would have this one trait in common, this one personality trait. And this is consistency. Nothing gets done without consistency. I learned about consistency when I did my university degree. I've got a Bachelor of Paramedic Science from CQ University, and it took 4 years to do this degree. At the start of this degree was the hardest thing I've ever done, right? I was failing subjects. I was dropping out of subjects. I was hating them. I was not enjoying the concepts I was being taught. I was not enjoying the teachers. I was not enjoying anything. And the thing is, after I kept coming back and after I kept finishing assignments, I kept finishing my papers, etc., eventually these 4 years passed and I now have the degree. And when I finished, it was the greatest feeling I've ever had. And it still is to this date, one of the best feelings I've ever had finishing that degree. And I couldn't have done it without consistency. And then now when I see a task that takes a year to complete, or now when I see a task and I know it will take 6 months to complete, because I have been consistent in that thing that took me 4 years, that seems like nothing to me. When for some people, a 6 month stint, for example, creating a business could take 6 months to get your first payment. For people who have never been consistent in their life, this would be so hard for them. But for somebody that's done a 4 year university degree, this seems like nothing. And I like to think of consistency like a snowball that rolls down a hill, right? It starts off small and then eventually it picks up and it picks up the snow on the way down until it reaches the bottom and it's this massive avalanche. And that's the thing with consistency. And I know so many people who have started something and then quit. And then they started again a year later and they're like, I could have been so much further if I just stuck with it and was consistent. I know people who have started university who have gone for a month and quit and then have gone back in a couple years' time. I know people who have started exercising, have gone for a year and then have quit, and then now they're doing it again 4 years later. And I see this massive shiny object syndrome, it's called, today's society, right? And if I'm not careful, I can have it as well. And what it is you see something new and looks exciting, that new meme coin, oh, I'm going to put some money into that, or this new stock, I'm going to put money into that, or this new business, or this new diet. And it's a shiny object, and it could be the thing that makes you a millionaire. And so you start going into that. But then the new thing comes out, the new keto diet comes out, the new stock comes out, the new meme coin comes out. Oh, I'm going to jump from this ship and jump into this one. And eventually you get to the end of your life and you're like, I have all these uncompleted tasks that I could have done, or I could have gotten so much further at if I had stayed consistent. And so where do I want to get with this message? If you're between the ages of 16 and 30, you are in the prime time to pick a few things to be consistent at. So when you're in your 40s and when you're in your 50s, you will be a master at these things. In my life, I'm building my life on some pillars. These pillars are going to be faith, exercise, relationships, communication, and these things, and business as well. And these things are what I'm going to be consistent at starting in my 20s. And I'm not going to pick too many. That's 4 or 5 right there. But I'm just going to be consistent day in, day out, learning about these things, becoming better, buying books on them, trying it out in the workplace, learning about it, etc., buying courses, asking questions about these subjects. And when I'm in my 40s and 50s, I'm going to be a master at these things because I was consistent. Whereas everyone else around me is going to be doing the shiny object syndrome. They're going to pick a million different things and they're going to be a jack of all trades, master of none. You know what I mean? And And that's my message to you guys is, if you don't know what to do with your life, just pick a few things that you were interested in, a few things that would down the line be able to bring you in some income. Communication is a really big one. Being able to communicate your opinions or be able to communicate your ideas in a way that could get people to get on board with you and buy your product or things like that. And so that's basically the message of the video. Being consistent will set you apart from the pack. If you guys struggle with addiction, all my links are in the bio. I love helping people out, giving them a plan, etc. I have a program to quit pornography. This will be the greatest return on investment if you are in your 16 to 30-year-old period and you're addicted to pornography. Man, it's a course. It goes for an hour, but it's just the ultimate program that I put together, right? It's from my experience of quitting pornography. It's from the books that I've read and all the research that I've done. So give that a watch. Subscribe to my newsletter, guys. It's going to be every Friday. I'm going to put out stuff that just helps you tweak things in your life and just become the best version of yourself possible. And just remember that you guys have meaning and purpose, that you are put on this planet for a reason. There's 8 billion other people on this planet, and you can't tell me that they aren't part of your story as well. So try and figure that out a little bit as well. And yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next video. All right, peace out. Cheers.